Taurus. Hi. So excited to talk to you. Yeah, July. It is a ride. And fixed energy is going through a bit of a big transformation. There's just outer planet action going on. Obviously, you guys know Uranus is in Taurus, so I hope you've been adjusting to that energetic shift as we've kind of been getting used to it over the last 6 weeks or so. And, so that's continuing. And then Jupiter's over in Scorpio, going direct, one of the few direct planets this month, in fact, on July 10th, in your opposite 7th house energy, which I think will be really nice for Taurus in the sense that, having that direct energy focused back at you in your relational houses will add some flow and ease there. The message I have for you before I talk about I won't be able to get to all of the astrological events this month. Just needless to say, a ton of retrogrades and a couple eclipses. Need I say more about how transformative that will be? But here's the thing, this is an easier flow for Taurus, actually. So use your natural modality of being able to kind of watch and perceive and take in information without any knee-jerk reactions or quick movements. And I think, you are one of the signs that has an advantage because a lot of signs have a reactive quality to them. They want to lash out with language or actions in order to prove a point or to get something moving. They'll be like, fine, I'm going to do it this way. Taurus, one of the things I love about you is your ability. Wow. Death card came out, and then the Queen of Wands fell, and the Queen of Wands. Okay. What was I about to say? Oh, your ability, yes, once you've been pushed far enough, you can definitely stand up for yourself, and I would not get in a Taurus's way if they had been pushed a number of months. However, what I like about you is you guys take the time to fully say, okay, oh, you pushed me again? That was the final time. So I'm not saying you guys don't have that. Chariot. Very nice. Wow. Powerful energy. But what I am saying is you have an advantage in the fact that you are able to sit back and perceive and watch and collect information before you get pushed all the way over the edge. I don't know that you're going to get pushed over the edge this month. Like I said, I get the sense there's an easier flow for you. There is. But you will be noticing an emotional interior process going on that is pretty profound. Cancer season is your third house of communication, and we're having this Cancer new moon on the 13th. That is, it's a partial solar eclipse. Won't really get a visual show on that, but what we will be getting there with your third house of communication is how you're sharing of that. And Cancer energy is so heart and secret and home base, no matter what house it's in. It has this energy of being very much about our home and our interior. And I think you're going to be taking a moment to look at how you're sharing of that. Venus is going into Virgo as well on the 13th, I believe. Magician. Wow, Taurus. Hey, you've got some power energy going on here. For real. Wow. Venus going into Virgo. So great for Taurus. That 5th house heart chakra energy, the beauty of that. Your ruling planet being in an harmonious earth-based energy like that. So beautiful for you. I think you'll really enjoy that new moon, actually. And you'll be one of the people, Page of Pentacles, beautiful. One of the people really benefiting, one of the groups of people really benefiting from that new moon in a really nice way, a really check-in, self-care kind way that I think you need right now after the turmoil of the spring and after some maybe nerve-jangling moments. To have a quiet new moon like that for you. I mean, it is an eclipse. It is a check-in time. It is a closeout cycle time. Eclipses are like that. Second half of the month is intense. We get the Mercury retrograde in Leo, your 4th house of your interior spaces, your home life. Take a second to adjust. Getting a lot of major arcana. High Priestess. Wow. Take a second to assess What is working for you in your internal spaces with that Mercury retrograde? That's going till the 19th of August. And it's Leo season as well, starting on July 22nd. Fourth house energy there getting lit up. Now, for me, the big event is this Aquarius full moon, total lunar eclipse that the southern hemisphere is getting the big show on. And this is what I just got shivers. Wow. Okay. This is where the fixed energy is getting another wallop. Okay, so Mars is retrograde all month in Aquarius. The planet of forward movement, forward direction, drive, ambition is retrograde in Aquarius. This big collective expansive energy. We're all having to hang back and not use our tempers so much and not use that reactive energy. Once again, I trust you guys to be wise about this. You have a wisdom when it comes to this that I really like. But it's hanging out there. This retrograde Mars is hanging out there with this full moon, total lunar eclipse in Aquarius. For you, this is your 10th house of your forward motion in the world, your reputation in the world, how you're putting yourself out there. That eclipse is going to be a lot about how you want to put yourself out there moving forward, how you have put yourself out there, how you have shared of yourself or projected yourself forward, and how you want to in the future. How you want to use your energy in the future. There's a lot of things here this month with the alignments and the aspects and the placements that are about how you want to use your energy moving forward. 5 of Pentacles just popped up. Maybe it's just because I was starting to talk about that because, when the 5 of Pentacles shows up, that's that thing of like when you are giving your energy to something that doesn't feel good, doesn't feel authentic to you, or feels a little bit empty or bad, it starts to make you feel bad about yourself. And then the star. There's that Aquarius full moon. Wow. Okay. That's going to be a dynamic full moon for you all. It is. I'm just going to say that right now. I think the new moon is going to be really soft and wonderful. Like I said, self-care, quiet, just really nice for you. And the full moon is going to, it's a square with you, with your Taurus energy. It's a major square, and it is going to be a check-in point, and a very useful one at that. And I think that's the thing. I'm not saying, oh, this will be so dramatic and traumatic, and you're just going to have a terrible 3 days around the full moon, and just, I am going to say it might poke at some tender points. And that's important because I think Taurus, with your patience and with your consistency and with your loyalty, you are somebody who needs to check with that so you make sure that you're not trapping yourself in things that aren't serving, right? So that you can move forward past this eclipse season and past all the retrogrades that are happening by the end of the month. And when you get into the next season, that you are really where you want to be, right? So you can really utilize that. Let's talk about the cards. Okay, first half of the month, leading up and through this new moon, all about manifestation, transformation. Okay, Death, Queen of Wands, Chariot, Magician. I think you got Death last month, so it kind of ties in with themes from last month, right? What was going on in July. You might find you are tidying up some of that transformative energy. Continuing to feel that whatever process was at work for you is still kind of there. There's still, because Uranus is in your sign now, there is a major transformation going on for Taurus, and adjusting to this energy has been kind of intense and a little volatile, and there's been some new insights, and I think the Death card is really speaking to that. And also, Jupiter going direct in Scorpio again, right? This re-expansion of relationships, and I think better flow with your close relationships, right? There's a rebalancing going on here. There's a lot of magic going on here. The Queen of Wands is showing up. Yes, this can be a fire sign in your life that's that's here. Queen of Wands is about that. Queen of Wands is about psychic, intuitive knowing, though, right? And she's here with the Chariot and the Magician, which are major manifestor energies. Queen of Wands watches before she pounces, right? And I think one thing I'm noticing here with the Death card and Chariot and Magician, all major arcana popping up first half of this month, watch what downloads, watch what insights come in. Spend some time in the quiet with yourself every day, especially around the new moon, and just pay attention to what comes through. I think you might get some really great wisdom about why things had to transform, why things are shifting the way that they are, why it feels the way that it feels. And I think you might get some really strong wisdom about how to move forward and away from things that aren't serving you anymore. You and Scorpio both are leaving behind things that no longer serve. Eclipses just do that anyway for everybody. We each have our process of what's working for us and what's not. The interesting thing about the Chariot and Magician, forward focus. These are very forward focused cards. They don't want you to sit and mull over the past. What they want you to do is envision your future and believe in it and know it. And know it. Be the master of your own future. You guys are big heart givers. You tend to start giving, and it slowly builds momentum in the background until you find months later that you're over giving and you're no longer enjoying it. And then you're stuck in the midst of exhaustion and confusion. The Chariot and the Magician are asking you to be a lot more precise about what you want your landscape to look like. And what you want that landscape to look like, Taurus, is you want to be in situations that have balance, that have measured balance, where there isn't a sense of imbalance, where there isn't a sense that you're giving too much time or energy to something that's not serving you anymore. Yes, this can be relationships, absolutely. Yes, this can be work situations, absolutely. The beautiful thing about this energy is that it's also inviting in some really great new connections, some really great new opportunities, and there's an element of surprise here. There's an element of like a surprise infusion of energy or opportunity coming toward you. And the more you kind of relax and give yourself that self-care and listen for the downloads, the more you're welcoming in this wonderful positive energy for you. It's communicative. And what's so interesting is this is Cancer and Mercury. And, you know, third house, and Cancer is third house energy for you, communicative energy for you. This first half of the month may be a time, too, where you do send messages to people. You do communicate important information to others, especially before we hit Mercury retrograde. We're going to be already in pre-shadow phase, you know, a week into the month. However, maybe you have some things you need to express in order to correct balance and to set some healthy boundaries, right? Because once we get into the second half of the month and we do get into Leo season, which is your fourth house of your home and your family, your internal spaces, and we get into the Mercury retrograde in that sign, and then we get into the Aquarius full moon, we pick up on the dynamic, the contrasts within ourselves, right? You guys are set up to move forward and to make big changes and to kind of open up your empire and where you want to build your legacy. And that means you're also tapping into where you have limiting beliefs. These last four cards just show that. Page of Pentacles, High Priestess, Five of Pentacles, the Star. Okay, let's start with Page of Pentacles here. Page of Pentacles, an infusion of some kind of gain. Maybe you make some progress when it comes to your finances, or you get an infusion of financial gain. Venus being in a symbiotic sign like Virgo for you is going to be really good for that. Really good for that. And there is some kind of like grounded, healthful thing going on here that's really supporting you underneath all the emotional growth that I see for you. I think for you, it's like you have the external health and wellness and support around you. And then internally, you are going through some big molding, transformation, intensity. Because so we have the Page of Pentacles here. And then we have right here in the middle, this whole thing. So for me, the High Priestess and the Five of Pentacles are very deeply linked. High Priestess is your intuitive knowing. She's, she's the energy that's beyond the veil that we connect in with, the deepest water energy we know of. Neptune is retrograde right now. And when Neptune is retrograde, which happens about a third of the year every year, it's a time when the fog lifts and we have to really take a good hard look at anything that we've fantasized about or fogged over in our own minds that we didn't have to think about it. For you guys, I think you have to think about where you haven't forgiven yourself for maybe past mistakes or past inability to perceive. Also, any of those places where you feel like you don't have value or you aren't enough or you don't have enough, right? When Five of Pentacles shows up, we're just connecting in with that part of ourselves that's worried there's not enough or that we've done wrong to ourselves often. The hardest forgiveness to give is the forgiveness of self. Whether that was because you made some financial mistake or because you overgave somewhere or you overextended your energy. And the High Priestess is going to slow you down. That full moon with that eclipse in your 10th house of where you're going in the world, you will only hold yourself back from where you want to set your sights next by any of these limiting beliefs. So check in with that. That's all that's there. And it may come up. It may come up with this full moon. But the thing with that full moon and the thing with the retrogrades going on, and I mean seriously, so many planets retrograde. By the time we hit Leo season, we are in retrograde bonanza. So you want to utilize it because you can really utilize it to integrate, prepare, and be a conscious, focused creator. It really is so great for manifestation, in fact. Because it starts within, you see it without, and as the fall or the spring, whatever hemisphere you're in, hits, you'll see the results. So it's good to use this time. The star energy, you're just checking in with this. The star is about expanding your horizons past what you've known. It is about expanding into the next level, the next dimension, and it doesn't look like anything that you've done before. So you can't take this with you if you want to go to the star. They're incompatible. The star doesn't want to hear about what went down yesterday or last week. The star wants to hear about where you want to go now. It's pretty relentless that way. It's such a generous, joyous, bountiful card. But joy and bounty can only come in when you say, yeah, I'm gonna jump on that train. So that's why I think that Aquarian full moon for everybody is going to be so beautifully healing. My heart just leaps at it because I think it is profound and I think it can be challenging, but all that Aquarius wants is for us to expand past our self-limitations. It's hitting hard. All right, the Lovers popped up. I was pulling a card from my Cosmic Tarot to top off this reading. I love the Lovers. Balance and harmony in relationship. It's the outcome, right? The final message in store for us here is the Lovers. The Lovers are associated with Gemini, with Mercury, with the way we communicate as well. Yes, beautiful love. For those of you looking for love. There's a lot of commitment, love energy here. Once again, any relationship you want to go well, you have to go in with that self-worth and with the self-forgiveness. And I know you can do that. The Lovers is associated with being impeccable with your word, being impeccable with where you share. The biggest advice I have for all signs is only speak what you truly mean and be absolutely certain that you mean it this month. It really is what I speak will become what is this month. So anything that you spend your energy on will multiply threefold during these retrograde and eclipse cycles. So you might as well focus your energy on where you want it to go, and focus your words on where you want it to go, and nothing else and nothing less. And I know that Taurus has this in the bag. You guys can easily do this. Okay, I'm going to close it there. I think it's a beautiful card to end on. I love it. There's a lot of support for you, a lot of support for you to give that forgiveness to yourself and to feel expanded and to feel lighter as you ride through this very interesting month for everybody all involved. One of my favorite Tauruses of all time, Tiffany at PinkLune. I'm wearing some of her gorgeous jewelry right now. She is giving you 15% off, so go check out her Etsy store. I will leave her Etsy shop in the description box, and 15% off. Go check her out. It's amazing. So proud and happy to be working with her in this journey in life. Also, you can check me out at the SARAHTAROT on Instagram. I would love to see you over there. Also, email and website, I will put that in the description box. I do private sessions, and they're amazing. We have so much fun. I'm doing video recorded readings for the early part of August and late July because I'll be traveling quite a bit. And then I'll be doing live sessions for late August and into September and onward. So I'd love to set up a session with you. Get in touch via email or on my website, and we will get that set up. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful July. Hang in there. Love on your beautiful hearts, and I will see you in August. Mwah.